Welcome Team Certified here in the garage. We are fresh in lockdown, and I'm here with my, of course, fresh out of quarantine, brand new roommate who definitely lives with me all the time and has been here for 14 days. And in honor of being relegated to the garage in lockdown, we're going to start off our very first lesson here on Certified Jiu-Jitsu with the lockdown. So the theory of the lockdown is, I think of it as one of three pathways that we can go when we're functioning in half guard. So half guard is usually a form of isolation on the legs, and the lockdown inverts the general position where I essentially have an inside triangle hooking under the ankle, which is going to quite literally lock my opponent down in place as I extend my feet forward. So we're here and we're in half guard. I'm going to show this from a bunch of angles. Starting here in half guard, I bring, so I'm right-handed, so I'm generally on my right hip. We want to be able to do this on both sides, but I'm first starting with my right hip. All right, we're traditional lockdown, where I just have a regular triangle with my legs outside, okay? Anthony's trying to smash into me and pass my guard. I have to stay on my hip here, all right? But maybe I make a mistake and he flattens me out. And I want to get him off of me. All right, just get back a little bit. Here, okay? And he's really pressing forward, and I can't seem to get much underhook, and I don't feel like I can get him off of me. So I take my outside left leg, I windshield wipe over, figure four on the inside of his leg, and I stretch. And I'm trying to hook my foot on the base of his ankle here. Okay? Maybe I gotta shift my hips a little bit to get a really deep bite. Yeah, he's got a nice little grimace on his face looking for the camera. Feels really good, right? Yeah. Yeah, he's really enjoying it. That's the face that you know you're in lockdown. If you're not getting this face, you don't have an effective lockdown, and work on your angle to really make his life suck. Hurts on the calf, right? Yeah. And so what I want to do from lockdown, so we're back in traditional, he's hugging me and I'm hugging him, okay? I need to get this underhook, right? I already have one underhook here, but I want to get double underhooks. That's where the real magic starts to happen in lockdown. So we're here in lockdown, I'm controlling the head. I can't seem to just pummel for this underhook yet. So I keep my legs extended, like locked in place, but I start bringing my knees in here. And from here I can do what's called the whip down, where I extend my hips down and away. And he has to post. If he doesn't post, I'm just going to roll on top. Okay? So we're here. I'm in lockdown. Boom. I bring him in and I whip my hips down. He posts. I get my double unders here. Okay? So now I can start controlling him right here. So we want to be able to get to this position. This is going to be our starting point where I can start dominating from bottom and start working on top. Let's look at that from another angle. So we're here. You're going to pay attention, very close attention to my legs. Anthony's going to come in. See my right leg comes through in figure fours. Traditional half guard. Usually I'd be framing on the outside shoulder, trying to prevent him from flattening me down. But you're going to get big, strong, more advanced opponents who are going to get the flat down, right? So he flattens me down, and I'm here. And it's really hard for me to affect his posture or his base or even his alignment because he's staying really low. So from here, I bring my foot to the inside, and I start trying to hook his foot, right? So my left leg is underneath my right leg, which is extending and trying to hook. All right? I want to take my foot and try and get a good angle so I can create pressure on his calf. Here. Yeah, he's making that face again. You can believe me. Here. So this is the hook. Anything else isn't quite cutting it, right? Like if I'm here and I'm not quite on the foot, no pain there, right? I want to make sure I really get that angle where I'm hooking like the top of my foot onto the outside ankle bone. Right there. That's the one that feels real good. All right, and then I bring my knees in controlling him, and then whip my hips to the left. Get my underhook. Whip my hips back to the right. When he bases, I'm trying to get underneath this leg right here as we try to set up the electric chair. All right? Notice that my feet never lose this configuration. We're clearly locked in, right? That's why it's called the lockdown. So I've locked this leg down. Try to get that leg out. Yeah. Not happening, right? That's what I want. I want my opponent to feel like, man, we're not going anywhere unless I say so. Unless I bring my legs in and start whipping on top. Okay? We're going to look at that from one last angle from this side. We're here. Figure four my legs. He smashes me down flat. Cross my legs over. Get that good angle. Take your time here. You want to make sure he's got a nice little grimace so we know he's in pain. So when he's in pain, he can't focus. All he wants is to get out of this, right? He doesn't want to live here. Okay, and so I give him what he wants and take what I want. I bring it in and I whip him down. Get this hand here and I'm right back to it. So now he gave me what I want and his life still sucks. Right here. All right? So from here, we're going to bring it in and whip down to the other side. If he doesn't base, if he's not out here posting, I'm just going to roll through and get the sweep. Okay? He has to post as I come down. Right? So he posts this hand and his leg and opens up. Again, same configuration. And now I'm getting to the leg. Okay? So when we're working the lockdown, we want to make sure that we have fully extended both of our legs. I even have a little red mark right here on the top of my foot where his bone was setting. I want the outside part of his ankle right here occupying the middle of my foot. Right in the middle. It's a nice little red dot. Because I'm curling my toes as I extend my legs forward and hook this foot in. Right? So you see how I curl my toes in? Now it's got that red spot on it. That's what I want. That's the kind of pressure where you know he's just like, man, take whatever you want. Just make this stop. That's what I want. So I want to get him in that pain so he's not thinking about the sweep and he's not thinking about counters. All he's thinking about is, please let's move on to the next part. The unfortunate thing for Anthony is that the next part is even more uncomfortable. So that's what we're going to look at next.